So like,
now tell me about the difference between Louisville crowds and Lexington crowds.
I think that in my experience,
depends on the venue. I think it varies
Does it?
depending on the venue.
Yeah, I mean, I say for the most part they're more lax than, because I think the Louisville crowds are a little bit more, for lack of a better term, woke, I guess. So, in my opinion, I think that Louisville, you can get away with less in Louisville than you can in Lexington.
What way?
Because remember, Louisville is, I don't know, like sometimes I feel like when I do jokes about race in Louisville, even if I'm speaking from a perspective of being a black person, then Louisville sometimes, even if I'm making a slight, they're like, I don't know if I can laugh at that. Even though the whole purpose of me telling this joke and being on the stage is for me to make, and even if it's talking about a serious subject as race, the whole point is for me to be satirical and make it kind of funny. And still people sometimes will, I don't know if I can laugh at that, you know. And I feel like it's less of that, a little bit less of that in Lexington.
Well, yeah. Hold on just a second. Here's the thing about that. I have seen a ton of people go before me and say something that was absolutely inappropriate for the time and the space, and how they recovered from it made the entire difference. Like they either didn't even address it, and then the next joke was 10 times as better, or they just stopped and went, okay, look, I'm going to be doing stuff like this for the rest of the night. So let's just, if you thought that sucked, let me tell you about this next joke. Double down. Doug Stanhope has done it. I've seen him do it in front of a room full of people, and they just, half the room would get up and walk out, and the other half would stay. And then the next night, the half that stayed would come back with their friends. You know, it's crazy because they just, the thing about it is that the same thing we were talking about the other day. If your name's not on the ticket, talk like you're sitting at your grandmother's dinner table. But once your name's on the ticket, talk however you want.
Right.
Seriously, you could be just as funny without being just as edgy. I've got, like a bartender, I've got these jokes which I can only do here. I've got these jokes which I can only do here. And I've got these, so that way, when you put those jokes together, you know, and like you, the fact that you can recognize the difference between Lexington people and Louisville people means you're aware enough to know which jokes to do. And that is a huge problem. A lot of kids in your position right now don't. Well, it worked in this biker bar. Why won't it work on this golf course meeting? I don't get it.
Yeah,
that's funny, right? You guys thought that was funny. You gotta be more self-aware, and the fact
that's
that
one of the hardest
you
things
recognize that.
I feel like with doing comedy is adjusting to different audiences and different crowds, because people say, well, just do your same set or do your same material and everywhere, and you can't do that. Because people, there's different cultures, different subcultures. Some people value this thing, some people don't. You know, you can do an abortion joke in this crowd. You can't do an abortion joke in, you know, this crowd. You can say, you know, God damn it in this crowd. You can't say God damn it in the Bible Belt. You know,
Yeah.
it's just.
But neither goddamn nor abortion is the punchline.
No, it's not. But regardless, it doesn't matter, because whatever the punchline is, if you say an abortion joke in some places, it's not gonna go well.
And you know what, man? Honestly, okay. I tell my sons all the time when it comes to music and comedy, you can't tell art what to do. A joke is a joke. Some people might find it funny, some people might not find it funny, but it's a joke. You can't tell it what to do. That's what it does.
Right.
Sometimes it's just best to leave it alone. Sometimes not. Dude, there's so much power in what you don't do. Do you know who Lori Kilmartin is? Either one of you guys?
I don't.
I worked with her a million years ago in Chattanooga, and Thursday night she did a show. Friday night she did the same show, both shows. Saturday night she did both shows. The show Sunday, she just introduced herself and then just went from table to table to table to table to table, just talking and throwing jokes back and forth. and it weren't even any of the jokes that she was doing in at that time before. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the ability to just know, okay, where you guys from? Oh, so how long you been married? Okay, cool. You take it up the ass? I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to him. You know? And then everyone starts, and then it's free form, and it's like Robin Williams used to do that, you know? And it's because you're aware that what you can do and what you can't do, you know? And that's where true power lies in the stuff that you don't do.
Dating is darker.
Yeah.
You ever notice that? Like when you do dating, they like dark, like they're down for some dark shit, like. So, like, seriously, and that if you notice though, a lot of dating comics are really dark.
Yeah,
like
now,
the comics that we know are dark. Like Michael Wells, he can be dark, and what's the they have that show, Most Offensive.
Travis Charles.
Travis Charles is dark. You know what I mean? You can get away with.
That's
true.
And you know what? Because their reputation precedes them, and it says, "Listen, these guys are really funny, but wow, they're really dark." So people know what to expect, or your name's on the ticket. You know what I mean? But they had to start somewhere, you know?
I think it's because everybody's depressed there, man.
No, I'm saying that they had to be able to, they had to put themselves in a position where they could use that kind of material.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where people are okay with it. So they had to build up that callus first. You were all over the place, man. I see your name a lot. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm loving watching the whole growth thing. And it's like, what's going to happen when your name's on the ticket?
I mean, I don't typically do, I don't do jokes that, I think it's weird. Slammed me.
Chris Bowman, everybody.
Didn't say anything for 20 minutes. It was like, I got you. I don't know. I don't. There's certain subjects I don't talk about because, but everybody has their line. I think. You know, what I mean, I think everybody has. Their
Every
line.
crowd has a line.
Everybody. Well, I'm saying individual, like comedians. Like you have a line. You're like, I'll go this far. I may not go that far, and
I don't know. I don't think I have a line. I mean, I know there's certain lines you don't cross, but the joke forms itself. I don't go out thinking with a line in mind when I'm writing a joke. Like, I don't think like, all right, I'm gonna write this joke, but I don't want it to go past here. Like the joke just happens.
I mean, one of my favorite.
I mean, we all know there are lines. I'm not saying there's not lines.
But here's the thing, though.
But
And I agree with you. But then at a certain point, some people would say, how can you determine where the line is at?
You know what the audience does.
Yeah, but like he said like Cleveland said about being on the ticket. Like I went to see Ari Shaffir not too long ago.
You know what to expect.
And you know what to expect because he doesn't have a line.
Right? Yeah. But he's gone through the trouble of erasing it.
Right.
And he's responsible for it. He's got the receipts for the reason he acts this way.
Yeah.
And no one's surprised when he says shit like that. You know?
Yeah.
But he put in the work.
Yeah.
He put in the work, but it had to start somewhere.
Yeah.
Had to start somewhere. And this is where I'm telling you, it's like, yeah, I know that you want, not you or you, I know that there's kids out there that want to be Chuck D on the mic, but this is chess, man. You have to pick and choose your spots because those who you reach will come back to you. And then they'll bring their friends. And after a while, they start to expect, like Lavelle Crawford, let me tell you. Back when nobody who knew who Lavelle Crawford was, he used to come in and out of Louisville all the time. Tom, the owner of the comedy club, used to get him on BET. And before anybody knew who he was, just sitting at a table with him and eating with him is just fun because I just love him. He's just such an awesome dude to be around because he's sitting here like Dave Chappelle read the phone book on stage once and everybody just fell out laughing. You know what I mean? Lavelle Crawford's that same kind of dude, just sitting him watching, eating grits is just hilarious. And that's what people came to expect. And he could talk any way that he wanted to, if he wanted to. Bruce is the same way. Bruce could get fucking filthy, but he doesn't necessarily have to. Because he has that muscle. I had to start out kind of clean so I can get all my people, and then once I got there, boom, Ricky Smiley, same example.
Right. So you're saying that those people always they had that type of humor in them. They knew that's who they were, but they had the ability to do, because unless you're coming up in maybe like a huge market, you know, you can't do super, super dark stuff, I feel like, in most places.
Nah, not without warning.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Ari Shaffir, if he just, you know, did that in Louisville, people would walk out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If he just came to a show and you didn't know who he was.
Unless it was years ago.
But I think if you're buying a ticket to see Ari Shaffir,
exactly.
you know who Ari
Shaffir is.
But
if he was just a regular dude.
A million years ago, Dave Chappelle came to Louisville, and it was right at the height of Rick James' bitch, and I think he was at the Palace, and they were yelling and screaming through his whole damn show to the point where he just dropped the mic and walked off and said, "I'll never come back to Louisville again. Fuck Louisville." You know, and they didn't even give him an opportunity to draw a line.
Right.
I'm Rick James, bitch, just say it. And then, well, you know, whatever. And that's why he never came back to Louisville. That's why he's always ended up in Lexington. Because crowds are weird, man. And you have to know on the spot how to treat that crowd, no matter where you go. Like if you go to Oshkosh, Wisconsin on a Thursday night, say that you get a decent comedy run, which leads up to Friday and Saturday, but you have to get there by way of Tuesday night here, Wednesday night here, and then Thursday night here. That's how most comedy bookers put you together. And imagine your first gig is in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Me and Kevin Bozeman. That's how long. You know Kevin Bozeman?
Yeah, I know.
Me and him I'm middling for him. And someplace I've already driven 12 and a half, 13 hours away just to tell some jokes in front of these cats who've never heard of me, have no idea where Louisville is.
Right.
Just got in from the oil field or whatever mining town, you know, made just enough of that Confederate money they could throw around, look like a big boss man for a night, you know? Make us laugh, son.
Yeah.
You the only one we seen for 1,500 miles.
Entertain us,
And
joke
it's
boys.
two of y'all. Holy shit.
Yeah.
And this is before you could go, let me get a selfie. This is before, well, way before cell phones, because this has been, oh my God, dude. This is way before cell phones. This is before even flip phones, bro.
I'm telling you, man, but no one knows how old Cleveland is, dude.
I know.
What kind of world do we live in, man?
No, dude, it's not that I'm that
He was
old.
chiseling shit
It's
out
not-
of rocks. I
Smoke
saw this
signals.
dude today.
Dude, it's not that I'm that old. That's how fast shit goes. That's how fast shit goes. My very first CD I ever bought was Appetite for Destruction.
Who's that?
Did you say who's that?
Appetite for Destruction.
Guns N' Roses?
Oh, yeah. No, I don't know. I know who that is, but
First
I
of
don't,
all,
I don't know
move
these.
first move the mic closer, man. I thought that you would totally ring a bell with you because every time I see you, you have on some type of
Rock band shirt.
Rock band shirt.
He's just trying to get the
so
white
you are
chicks.
truly faking the funk, and it ain't even funk.
Yeah. It's just,
Yes.
It's not even funk.
Yes.
I like the shirts, and
Okay.
I wish I have to stop wearing it because people do come up to me and go, "Oh man, what's your favorite Pink Floyd song?" And I'm like, I don't give a fuck who Pink Floyd is. You know,
It's literally just
that is a piece of material right there that has nothing to do with fucking or cursing or whatever, and it's funny as shit. Goddamn, that is ironic as fuck, dog.
and Dana from the Caravan was. Every time I would go up on stage, he would play whatever song I would have, and he was
Yeah.
like, "You notice what that was?" And I was like, "No." He's like, "What?" He's like, "You have on a Led Zeppelin shirt." I was like, "Man, that could have been Lil Boosie for all I know. I don't know."
Wow.
Man. I'm like, I have no idea who these people are. I just like the shirts.
That
it's
is
literally to
that
get
is
the women.
absolutely
It
amazing.
resonates with the women. Let's not.
I mean-
it is what it
I
is.
mean, yeah, that's something we talk
No,
about often.
no, this is an on-air situation right there.
Absolutely
To
amazing.
tell the truth about why you know the songs, they're on your playlist.
Yeah.
It's the after
Well,
bar
those-
playlist is what that
That's
is.
true.
And it's like, you know what, dude? It's so funny.
in
I
black.
see you in those T-shirts, man. And it's like, I remember when I was a kid, and very rarely did black kids show up to Poison or Johnny Cash or Rolling Stones. And it's like, man, he's breaking through. Look at him. You don't even know the fuck you're representing, dog.
But I always got a pair of J's. On. I can't lose my card completely. You know what I mean? I'd like to keep people in confusion. Like, what the fuck is going on with this dude? He's got on Wrangler jeans with a pair
I'm
of
like,
Jordans.
what the fuck? It's so funny. I wrote-
do-rag. What's
I
The
wrote-
Wranglers. I was just a Brett Favre fan.
That is hilarious, bro.